Well, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with all of you, and thank you to those in the press who are joining us here today. You know, this legislation bears the name of someone who meant so much to all of us. Congressman John Lewis understood that if discrimination exists anywhere, that it's wrong, and he stood up. You know, it bears his name, and he and I had something really important in common, and that is that we were both adoptive parents. You know, right now there are 500,000 children in the American foster care system, young people all across this country who are anxiously awaiting to be welcomed into a loving home. But as things stand now, we lack a comprehensive national law that prevents taxpayer funded organizations from discriminating against prospective families who want nothing more than to open up their home and create a loving environment for a child. It's an especially important piece of legislation to me and to my family because many years ago, in fact, 23 years ago, we experienced anti LGBTQ discrimination in the adoption of our son, Josh. At that time, we lived in Tennessee, a state which had no provisions for same sex adoption, for second parent adoption. Remember, this was long before marriage equality in our country. And there was a tremendous amount of opposition to the idea that a same sex household was a good place to raise a child. After Josh was born, my partner and I were forced to take part in a long, drawn out legal battle to gain the right to adopt him simply because we were an LGBTQ family. Fortunately, we prevailed in that case and welcomed Josh into our home. He's actually the test case in that state for a lesbian's right to adopt. But our adoption experience was defined by that struggle. And it nearly cost me the opportunity to raise my oldest child. It was the most heartbreaking experience of my life. Every day for almost 3 years, we woke up not knowing whether Josh would be in our house, in our arms that night to tuck into bed. It's of families across the country from experiencing something similar, while ensuring that children like Josh are welcomed into loving homes with caring parents. As I said before, that baby is now a 23-year-old married man who's just an amazing young man and has made us so proud. No parent should face discrimination when adopting or fostering a child or be denied the opportunity to build a family just of who they love or how they identify. That's why this legislation is so important and why I'm so proud to be among this great group of legislators and advocates who are fighting tirelessly to ensure that equal rights are protected for all Americans, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. Thank you so much for allowing me, Representative Davis, to be a part of this amazing group of legislators, and thank you all for joining us here today.